The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. What's going on, guys? Eric Sablon here with Burnt Phone Marketing, and I'm super excited. I've got one of the ladies that I actually grew up with. We actually grew up kind of at the hockey rink. So if you're from Alaska, you know what hockey rinks are all about. And we literally grew up. I watched her grow up from just a young lady to being a super mom, to being a basketball mom, to being one of the people in the industry and the community that really took on a lot of things. She's used social media. She's used Facebook. She's used a lot of word of mouth. And you guys know your word of mouth is the key to keep your business growing. So one thing that I like about her is everybody kind of knows who she is. And I just want to welcome her to the show. Please welcome Sabrina Kern to the show.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing? Thank you for taking the time to jump out on this between one of your clients, which is super cool. Thank you.
Yeah, she's processing right now.
Awesome. Multitasking.
Relaxing.
You guys, multitasking, it's key. You can always make time for what's important. So I kind of want to just start off with a little bit about your backstory. You know, I kind of highlighted how we met each other and, you know, how we knew each other. But, you know, kind of like right when you started in the industry that you're in, you know, what's a little bit about your backstory and how did you get to where you are now?
So backstory is, yes, we were always at the hockey rink, but my mother always had me in all the girly things. So I wanted to play hockey, but she had me in pageants and modeling and baton twirling and this and that. So I started off in the beauty industry in different realms when I was 4. And then as I got older, I was still doing those things, pageants, modeling, different things, but I wanted to get into the creative side of it and actually create beauty, so to speak. So I started when we were still in high school, actually, doing nails, waxing, hair, different things like that. Still doing fashion shows and modeling and runway and stuff in Anchorage for Nordstrom, Banana Republic, stuff like that. And then when I graduated here from East, I ended up moving to the East Coast and went to college there. And my main goal and objective was to do hair, makeup, skin, massage, everything in the beauty industry that creates and is more artistic than just standing there and people taking pictures or you being a model. To me, that was kind of boring. So I started doing hair to put myself through college in Virginia. And during the process of working towards my degree, I started making a lot more money and I enjoyed it, doing what I was doing. So I was like, what is the point of going to get a degree, which I changed my major 5 times because I really didn't know what I wanted to major in or move forward doing. And I love creating. I love being able to take a woman who's broken or low confidence and make them feel better about themselves. To me, that's where I get my, I guess, enjoyment from working in this industry from. And I just started from there, competing in hair, nails, all different things from New York to Miami. And I stayed there for 14 years. Wow. And the market crashed there. Mm-hmm. And when the housing market crashed there, I kind of needed a mental break. And where do you get that? in Alaska. So I came back home and I asked my son, you know, I ended up having a son while I was in Virginia, and I asked him, you know, do you want to go back home to where mom's from? And of course, all he cared about is if we had basketball up here. I said, well, yeah, there's basketball. It's not competitive like down here, but there is basketball up there. So we agreed and came back. At the 2-year mark, I told him, you know, we'll reevaluate. And if you want to go back, then we can. And he ended up wanting to stay. Mm-hmm. So from there, I decided to go ahead and open up my business here, Salon Demetri. So that was in 2010 that I did that. Mm-hmm. And since then, it's just basically getting out into the community, doing different events, just kind of letting people know that I was back home. Mm-hmm. And to start building my client, because it had been 14 years.
Wow. You know, what I didn't really know all of that about you. I didn't know that you went, you know, you were gone for so long. Yeah. But one thing that I noticed that you said, and I think the audience will really take away from that is, you know, you kind of found something that you didn't really like doing, but you were good at, you did it. But then after you got into hair and nails, you kind of found a bigger reason, a bigger purpose, and something a little bit bigger to change people's lives. And it's something that you can do, you know, it depends on how many times the client comes in. You could do that weekly on nails. You could do it monthly through hair. And I think that's really cool because you've created something that's a little bit bigger than yourself to help people feel a lot better about themselves.
My 2 favorite things that's like a huge, major, quick transformation is permanent makeup and extensions. So that's more of my favorite thing to do. Of course, I love doing color cuts. I don't do nails anymore, but my favorite thing is extensions and creating brows and lips for people that like they either don't have a lot of hair or they are 90s babies and over tweezed. So I kind of have to tat it back on for them.
That's us, right? 90s babies.
Exactly. So I actually have to microblade mine as well, but I'm trying to hang on in there as long as I can. But yeah, I love to do extensions because you can't tell they're in, and it just, oh my gosh. Down and gloomy woman coming in here, and then 2.5, 3 hours later, and they leave, and they're like ready to go have a drink, ready for their husband or their boyfriend to take them out. It's great.
They're just on cloud 9, and you can feel that transformation right away.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about your business, and on the marketing side, I always ask them what your dream client looks like. So like, what does your actual dream client look like? Because you got a lot of word of mouth customers that come back with, like, if you could paint a picture of your dream client, what's that client look like?
I don't know if I could just pick one, because I do so many levels of clients. I don't know. I could work on anyone, to be honest. So a dream client, that's a good question, Eric. Jeez. I don't know if I have a dream client. I just like working on people, so it really doesn't matter. I do politicians I do Real Housewives of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I get flown all over the world to do extensions and permanent makeup. So I just enjoy what I do. So I could take someone off the street to someone higher in society, and I'm going to do the same job on both of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think on that one, just by listening to the way that you listen, it's someone that would refer you, and then someone that would basically say, you know what, she did an awesome job. Just the word of mouth person that would just go out and really promote you, no matter where they're from.
Right. Absolutely. I have clients that won't give my name out because they don't want their friends coming to me. And then I have other clients that, I'll only go to Sabrina. Yeah. So it's funny because you have different types of clients that they want you as their little secret, and then other ones that just will blast your name everywhere. So Yeah, I do marketing all over. So I've done a lot of different fashion shows in town. I did the only rooftop fashion show here in Alaska so far at Willowa a couple
Okay.
summers ago. That was great. Um, I'm always doing different things. I was on the show Bridezillas.
Yes,
Originally,
I
I was
remember that.
supposed to, right. Originally, I was just supposed to do hair and, be auntie and the family friend. And they ended up wanting me for the whole show because it was just fun. It was good energy, just sheer trashy reality TV, and it was fun to do. And Shannon and I feed off each other really well. So I ended up going from doing hair to doing hair and being on the show. So I like to just dabble in whatever. I'm creative and artistic, and I just like to have fun. I'm passionate about what I do.
So our audience is more for, marketing. So
Mhm.
what would be, one of the tips that you, maybe one or two of the tips that you would give to the audience that could kind of get their name out there a little bit more, or, maybe a tip that you use to leverage your network or something like that, that you could give the audience that says, if you really want to make a difference in the community, here's a couple tips that you could do to get seen.
Okay, so like little marketing things that you could do is, depending on the business that you're in, is you could do, I have they're $20 basically Salon Demetri cards that clients can give to a friend if they have one that they want to have come in and try, and it'll say $20 off your service. I've done those.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it takes money to make money in any business. So any fundraisers that are out there, people ask you for donations or this or that, you can do gift certificates for services or products in your business, for silent auctions, things like that. I do that a lot during the year. Um, there's just a lot of different things you can do. You can also run sponsored ads on Instagram, Facebook, if there's something that you specialize in, or a service or a product. That's really, social media marketing is kind of where it's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Anchorage is a little bit, I don't want to say behind because that's cliche for Alaska, but we kind of are.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, yeah, social media marketing does work up here, but a lot of people are more, well, who does this for you? Who does that for you? Up here, we're big, but we're small, and people still will do word of mouth recommendation. So you maybe get something that will stir up. I know people do pens and little magnets and stuff like that. That's kind of old school, but sometimes it works. It just really depends on what your business is as to what you would want to do marketing wise.
Right.
People do radio, some do TV commercials. It really just depends on the business that you have and your demographic.
I had Buddy Bailey on just recently. He was talking about how radio, how TV has helped him, but it's a different market. Like he changed and totally went to a different market that he's in, and he's like, there's no sense in doing a radio. Like you got to niche out what you're doing. One thing that I really like that I think that a lot of our listeners could use is literally that fundraiser thing, because when you align yourself with something bigger than yourself, kind of like how you said at the beginning, how you like to take whatever they came in with and transform them into something different on the way out. But yeah, I think that, fundraising and the donation type things, that's a huge thing for a lot of businesses that they can do. They can donate some of their time. They can donate some, like you said, their product. They can do some promotions. And that's a huge thing that a lot of people don't think about. So yeah, those are some really, really good nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Going from giving away gift certificates at Thursday night at the fights in the ring. Jim will put me in the ring and let me get on the microphone and give away things, to a wake shelter, to, different, where was I to go? Oh, the Beans Cafe and the Lunchbox Kids. that was at the Captain Cook. So gave some gift certificates away there. You just have to get involved in the community and reach out to people, and let them know that you are there.
Right. And I think that is a big thing. And people don't realize it.
And like you said, anything, you just have to get involved. If you sit there and do nothing, then you're going to get nothing in return.
Right. Right. Yeah. Action. You just got to be an action taker, and you just can't be scared to give away or get it in front of people. And, I think because I didn't know that you were in all the pageants before, I think that's one of the ways that catapulted you out there, to be able to talk to people and see people and not be afraid to go up and say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm doing it. What do you think? Are you ready?
Yeah, well, and I'm a Kern, so I
yes,
mean,
and you're a Kern, so
four brothers, that kind of pushes you to do things.
yes.
But yeah, you can't be a mild, quiet introvert to make it like that. You got to definitely put yourself out there.
yeah, definitely. So actually, I got a good one. So you've been in the entrepreneur space for a while. How many years? 20 at least?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cause in Virginia, I did Sabrina Kern's Beauty on the Go. I would go to my clients' houses instead of a salon environment. And here I do that sometimes, but it's more out of state or out of country for that.
Right.
When I'm in town, most people come to the salon.
Okay, good. So going back 20 years ago, what would be the one thing that you would have told yourself to increase the speed of your business? Just the speed of your business, how fast it grew. What would be the one thing you'd tell yourself 20 years ago?
Oh my gosh, Eric, you're doing these questions. I have to think about this for a second. Oh, that's hard because, oh wow. Because every year it
yesterday.
everything changes, 20 years ago, marketing, you did punch cards, just the marketing every year has changed. So I don't even know what I could tell myself to do different, because I always tried to be on the top of that aspect of it and try to be on what was coming out or updated or current. Shoot, hustle more. I'm a hustler.
That's a big one.
But
that's a big one.
hustle more than what I did. I don't know.
That's a good one. Honestly, that's a good one, because a lot of people, they'll make excuses on why they didn't do it or what they didn't do or how they didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like excuses, and that's as you can see, I'm blunt. I also coach. I coach kids every now and then, and right now I'm coaching at Clark with the girls volleyball team, and that's like my main word is I yell at them is hustle. I don't want to see anyone walking. Hustle. You'll get nowhere in life walking or going that slow. So that I don't know, I guess hustle more would be my thing 20 years ago.
Okay, cool. So just about a couple episodes ago, I had a lady that does mortgage loan. She's a mortgage loan originator, and she has what's called the Hustle Playbook for mortgage loan. Yeah.
Maybe I should create one of those.
Yes. Her thing is find your hustle. That's her hashtag is find your hustle. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, she's good. She was like a professional basketball, a college basketball player that got hurt, and then all of a sudden she's like, "That's it, I'm gonna do this," and she just it was an awesome interview. Just a couple episodes ago she came on and did that, so it was awesome.
Good for her, because my son got injured playing his second year at where was he last year? Western Nebraska, playing basketball, and he tore his hamstring at the very end of the season, and what that can do to your mental state and everything. So for her to say find your hustle, that makes complete sense, and that's a good motivator. Yeah. Because if you are in something your whole life and then all of a sudden it ends, your life isn't over. It's just you have to find another hustle. So that's good.
Yeah, it was a good interview. I really like her. She's awesome. I'll connect you guys for sure.
Oh yeah, she sounds cool. I like her motto already.
So that being said, you would have 20 years ago, you would have hustled more faster. What are you working on right now? And, I'll always put a little bit of notes in the show notes to find where everyone can find you locally. But what are you working on right now that you want to share with the audience?
Right now, just basically day to day, I'm doing all my clientele here in Anchorage, but then I also fly out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to go back overseas to Abu Dhabi.
Nice.
So I have a whole different social media page for my clients overseas.
Nice.
So I just go on and let them know when I'm coming, and then they get online and book with me for while I'm there. Right now, I'm just working on when I'm going back over there for that. And then I'm always filming something. You never know. But we're supposed to be filming next month for another pilot show.
Awesome.
It's going to air hopefully with one of the major networks. I can't say like really anything about it yet, but I'm always working on something. Always.
Yes, you are always hustling.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put a link in the show notes so people could find out who you are, message you on Facebook or something like that, or
Absolutely.
Instagram.
Social media, Salon Demetri Facebook page, Instagram. We're on Instagram as well. I think Facebook is the more mainstream for most people of my demographics for clientele for the most part.
That's good to know, because everybody's telling me that you got to get better on Instagram. I'm like, I'm pretty good at Facebook. I'll just
They tell me that as well, but it depends on the demographic of your clientele.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to speak bad on millennials by any means, but there's a different clientele on Instagram that they expect more for less. Okay. So they're going to go to less of quality, cheaper services somewhere else. And then they end up back coming to me trying to pull money from different places so I can fix what they just did in a different market. You know what I'm saying? So my clientele, I believe, is more on Facebook than Instagram.
Cool. That's good, because that's probably where a lot of our customers' clientele is. A lot of our listeners' clientele is on Facebook. So I'll definitely make sure that we post your Facebook link in there. So I always end with this, because so I've interviewed a lot of successful people. Again, you're a very successful person that in the community I've always looked up to you. But a lot of times our listeners will be like, well, she did this and she did this, and she's on TV and she's done that. What's the one thing in your business that keeps you up at night, good, bad, or both?
My head won't turn off. It's always working on the next thing.
Right.
Always. My mind is always thinking about what I'm doing next, because I'm a hustler.
Right.
So that's the main thing is, okay, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do next month? I'm always planning. I'm a planner. Right. Always planning on the next thing. That's trying to enjoy and focus on projects that I'm working on currently, though, as well.
Right. Okay, totally understand that. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you got to turn off, and I know I've known Sabrina for a long time, and she doesn't turn off ever. So
no,
she's always going.
I try to.
So the last question I always ask is, what's the one thing that you'd give the audience? What's the one tip that you'd give the audience to just, what's the Sabrina Kern one tip that you always leave with your audiences?
Definitely try to enjoy life, because life is short. It is very short. Try and enjoy what you're doing. If you're absolutely miserable at your job, leave it. Do something that makes you happy, because you never know what tomorrow brings.
That's so true. That's so true. That hits you right here. Definitely.
Yeah.
So again, guys, thank you, Sabrina, for jumping on. I appreciate you for taking the time out. I will drop all of her social media links inside the show notes, guys. So just make sure you listen to the full outro, because like always, I will be giving something away for free at the end of the outro. Again, thank you, guys. Thank you, Sabrina, for jumping on. and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Yeah, and Eric, feel free to give, you can give away a gift certificate for me if you would like.
Okay, I'll do that. Awesome. I'll do that.
Right.
I'll do that for you. That's awesome.
Okay.
I will.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate it. That was perfect. I'll do a little bit of editing on my side, but your side was on point.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric.
Yep, thank you. And then let me know when you're coming onto that show.
Oh, I will. I'll keep you posted.
I'll see it on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep you posted too.
All right, thank you. And then I'll probably I'm going to stop there. Are you tired of not getting Facebook interactions on your posts? Or if you do, it's people that are already on your team or people that are already in your business? Well, we've solved that problem. We created a system that helps you generate leads on autopilot, climb ranks, promote your services, sell more products, and become a leader effortlessly without spamming your friends and family ever. So take our free 5-day course, go to www.burntphonebots.com and click the link, and we will see you on the other side. Again, that's www.burntphonebots.com. All right, guys, see you on the training.